podcast. Welcome back, should I say. Today's episode, I did want to speak to you guys about self-care. The month of February is known for really Valentine's Day. You love on everyone else. We get our kids gifts, we get our partners gifts, we make sure that we are doing something to make everyone else feel special, but really, what are we doing to make ourselves feel special? In the transition of being a parent, I feel like, at least for me personally, and pretty much everyone that I know, it becomes harder to take care of yourself when you have to take care of these other responsibilities as well. I don't know if you guys have taken a plane ride before. They say that if the oxygen masks fall, then you're to put your oxygen mask first and then help those around you, whether they be kids, older people, whoever. Because you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. You're really useless, strong word, but you're pretty useless not being able to take care of yourself and then taking care of everyone else. You get burnt out. You become resentful for people around you that are able to take care of themselves. And I think as a parent and becoming a parent, it's hard to lose track of who you are. Like, always remember that you are your own person first. Like, everyone likes to say, I'm a parent first, I'm a mom first, I'm a dad first. That's all gravy, but who are you? And a lot of people lose their sense of self in that transition to parenthood. And you lose a part of you in that you just really should be prioritizing. Now, it's harder to transition back, I feel like. Had you maybe kept a routine going. Now, in self-care, you think of sometimes like face masks and massages and things like that. But you also want to take care of your mental health. You also want to take care of your emotional health. It all comes into play into the picture of you. Now, when we talk about self-care, some things that I personally take from that are like going to the gym, being a little more active, even if it means going for a walk. If you're a type of person that likes to go for a walk on your lunch break, definitely still do that. Now, if you're a person that likes to read, that's also something, that's a form of self-care. Also sticking to something that doing something that you enjoy, doing something that you would like to do for you, and not because you have to do it or because you feel some sort of obligation to do it. Do it because it makes you feel good. If you're able to get to the gym, get to the gym. If you're able to meditate, something as simple as taking 5 minutes of your day and really just relaxing, focusing on your breathing, taking some deep breaths, and trying to not really like clear your mind, but to kind of just be in the moment and not think about the dishes you have to wash later or the laundry that is piling up. Like, just take 5 minutes of your day and just feel your senses. Like, what do your hands feel like in that moment? What do your feet feel like in that moment? What do you smell? What can you taste? And really try to sit in that moment for a few minutes or as long as you can. It's really good to do it daily and just even focus on your breathing. Like, are you breathing from your chest? Are you breathing from your belly? Now, if you're someone that likes to read books, maybe it's something as simple as sitting down and you're going to dedicate 30 minutes of your day to just sit down and read. At the beginning of your day before you start your day, or at the end of the day before you end your day, maybe on your lunch break if you're working, maybe while you take your book with you, maybe you take your book with you during appointments, and while you're sitting at an appointment in the waiting area, you get a few pages in. Those are all forms of self-care. And I think we well, I know that as a parent, we forget to care about ourselves. We forget to love ourselves in a way. Even going to a therapist, even talking to someone, venting to someone, having someone to vent to is a form of self care. And just being able to let it out and let it go, that's a form of self care in itself. So if you feel you need to seek a therapist, going to your weekly appointments or your monthly appointments, or however often the appointments are, going to those appointments, that is a form of self care. That is something you're doing for you. Now, if you're someone that likes to um, go swimming, sign up for a gym membership and go swimming once a week. Something like that will help you get into the momentum of this feels good. This feels good for me, and I'm doing this for me. This is something I like to do. It is easier said than done. So I do want to also add that disclaimer on here because it takes some time, it takes some getting used to. I know for me, having my daughter at 19, I don't even think I had a sense of self at that point. So it was just being a teenager and then being a mom. So I'm at the point where I'm trying to find things that I find enjoyment in, and I'm kind of going back to those times where I was a reader. So I'm trying to read, but right now my life doesn't really allow for me to sit down and actually read a book, turn pages and read a book, and I don't like the Kindle thing. So what I've been doing is I've been listening to audiobooks on my way to drop off my daughter at school. While I'm running errands, I find new books, and that is my reading. So don't be afraid to try different things and tweak what you already do or what you once did, and still do it, but in a different way. You might need to do that in order to find a balance between yourself, your family, because this is a new life. So I will be listing some different types of self-care that you can practice, and something that you can, some ideas that you can take and maybe implement one or two or three or a lot of them in your daily routine. If it's something that you can commit to daily, great. If it's something that you need to commit to weekly or monthly, that's how it starts. Just getting back into a rhythm and a routine of doing something for yourself, something that you something that makes you feel like you, like a human being. Sometimes we don't feel very human. We feel like robots. So it's nice to get out of that rhythm and say, wow, this feels good for me. Thank you for listening today, and I hope that you found some of this useful. Just tune into our Instagram at Parental Control Podcast for more information and some tips and tricks along the way. We'll be here on a more consistent basis. Bye.